right to it, and I'm really pleased to introduce Mr. Jonathan Demme and Mr. Neil Young. Just right before we hand it to the audience here, I just wanted to touch on one thing, because there's a lot of young first-time filmmakers in the audience. You know, Slamdance filmmakers, it's their first film, maybe their second. They're embarking on their dream, you know, and the dreams are big usually. But, you know, it's kind of a devil's playground out there and a minefield sometimes. And I think it's really important for these young filmmakers to understand that you can always you need to take risks and come back bigger. And I just wanted to touch on that before we threw it to the audience, if that's cool with you guys.
I have to say, regardless of your age, every time you go out to make a new movie, I think you're a young filmmaker again, i.e., you know, like, how do I do this? And, you know, I hope I'm making the right choice, and how's it going to turn out? And I'm fucked if it turns out poorly, and that's a big risk, but I believe in it, so I want to do it. And if we do it great, hopefully others will like it and it won't be a disaster. If there's anything this grizzled veteran could tell younger people about, like, going forth and making movies is honestly, it's like, you've got to have the enthusiasm, the passion, what Truman Capote used to call, referred to as the demon with the whip in the other corner of the room, making you make that movie. You can't not make that movie. The only way to escape the demon is to fucking do it.
If you try to do what anybody else wants to do, forget it. It's over. If you're making a film, he talks about you got to work with people you trust. First of all, you have to trust yourself. You have to trust yourself because no one else matters. There's nobody else that matters. It's just over if you start looking to other people. So that's what I think. The other thing you have to be willing to do, and you have to really be able to embrace it and accept it, and really welcome it into your life with open arms and a wide vision, is failure. Be sure to welcome failure. Always say, you're okay with me, failure, come on in. Because then you have no fear. And if you have no fear, and you believe in yourself, and you only listen to yourself, you are number one. Everything else is behind you. Your name is on it. It's your life. It's your film. Everybody else be damned. The corporate guys, they're great. What they do is they sell your movie into little boxes everywhere, and it's great. Or they put it into some product. And they're great. They do a great job. We're really lucky to have you know, our company, Sony Classics, distributing our film, because they're going to do a hell of a job. But they didn't tell us how to make the film. They did take Shaky Pictures logo off the front, didn't they? I noticed that last night. Did you? Shaky Pictures and Clinica Aesthetico, did you see those two? We don't get our big fanfare. Shaky Pictures used to scare the shit out of everybody, okay? They put the big money in there and it goes, blah, Shaky Pictures. But they said Shaky Pictures. It says it, and it says the name of your company. So that we compromised on, okay? We didn't have the logo. But another thing about corporate is I didn't know that till last night. Did you know that?
Hell, I didn't even notice.
That's why you need me.
You know what?
That's why, because I noticed that. That was the first thing, you know. And then, of course, I can't watch the movie because I'm in it. So after that, I was gone, you know. So that's good.
Yeah, I just wanted to add two things. One was that you know, Sony Pictures Classics. Now it's true. Hell, it's Sony, you know. But Sony Pictures Classics is like this fiercely independent duchy inside the corporation. They're very intriguing. You know, they do it their way. They never bullshit you. They're penny pinching, and they milk every picture for all it's worth. They're the best there is. There's good distributors now, but these guys are the greatest. And of course, we brought them a film, and they looked at it and said, yes, we will accept that. And you know that,
great.
And they didn't say, but you got to change it one way or another. Had they thought it would benefit by being changed, they would have told us, and then we would have gone, great idea, or we don't want to change it. We would have had that dialogue. I think
Yeah,
that's
you got to be open to ideas. You can't close the door on any idea anybody has. You got to listen and maybe even try it. Because if you can't try other people's ideas, then you don't have confidence in yours. You know,
Yeah.
that might be a shitty idea. You should try it. Maybe you could fail with that. You know, that'd be okay. So we go back. Now go to my idea again. But you don't close off people who are trying to help you.
That's different from the executives who are responsible for giving you the money to make your movie. Those are the ones I was talking about.
Make it with that person
Yeah.
because they sell.
No, but
No, they're big.
Right.
They're big.
Right.
We got to pay them much more than we have to pay you. So you have to use them.
Right.
Fuck that. Fuck it. Forget it.
It's
How many times has that happened?
But look, our budgets get smaller and smaller. We had a big budget for Neil Young, Heart of Gold, and we needed a bigger budget because we had all these visual aspirations. And then we learned from that. You know, we spent much less on Trunk Show, our second movie. Our aspiration is to spend less because the less you spend, the less anybody else gets to say about it. So by the time we got to Neil Young Journeys, you know, A, the material's extraordinary. B, we really know how to do it. C, we did it ourselves. And now here's the thing, and you know, take it or leave it. But that's a big distinction. That they're the ones, you know, like when you get your money, when you team up with people. I just want to say it again. When you team up with people, be it, you know, stars, egotistical writers, corporate executives, and it's all so lovey-dovey every time. Oh my God, you've never been so embraced and welcomed. They want you to direct or whatever this movie. Oh, they love you so much, and you love them. You really do, because there's nothing quite like that being said. Yes,
I'm getting scared.
You know, yeah. But
Worried now.
the technology lets us make our films cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So that's my other advice is, like, you know, it's like use your imagination to make it cheaper. Get that big look. You can get a big look without spending a fortune.
Let's go to the audience and let's go to the filmmakers and let's take questions from you guys.
And comments, questions and comments and anything.
If Neil Young tours again with Crazy Horse, would you like to collaborate? And is there any particular venue where you would really like to shoot, considering that Massey Hall and the Ryman are relatively intimate?
The one time we shot Neil Young and Crazy Horse was in a sound stage, which is the wrong place, although it went very, very well. It was kind of a spaceless performance. But I don't know, that's a great question, because that would be another hell of a...
That's a question that would answer itself that we can't answer.
But wouldn't a bar be a great place to
It
to
might
shoot?
be. It might be. It could be.
Just like a bar, man.
Apparently, yeah. Well, that's probably where we're going to end up. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. You know, I am working with Crazy Horse now, and I've made an album, and I'm making the second one already, and the first one hasn't come out yet. So we're working on that, and you know, but ideas present themselves making films by what you're doing, and you know, so trying to predict the environment of a future film is until it comes to you, it's hard to predict it, and when it comes to you, it seems very obvious. So, given that, you know, I did do this one record called Americana that hasn't come out yet. That has a choir in it that sings with Crazy Horse, a very young choir of children that sings with Crazy Horse, and it's an interesting concept about Americana songs like "Oh Susanna" and "Clementine" and all of these things, and it's so they're all Americana songs, including, you know, just the whole history of America is going back to the 17th century, and all these songs are, some of them are very old, and they're songs we all know from kindergarten, but we Crazy Horses rearranged them, and they now belong to us, and but the choir sings, and Crazy Horse is good in a bar. They're too young to be in the bar, but the bar is just a space where the band could play. So I was thinking, and I probably don't know if I'll do this, and it's probably taboo to even talk about something you haven't done, but I might consider having Crazy Horse actually do these things again, with playing them live, but playing them with playback live, and filming them with iPhones and Android devices, all filmed by the choir. As the audience is the choir, and they're all young kids with their phones, shooting us, and we're performing without microphones, which is wrong, which is right. So then we're performing and singing, playing live, along with something that's incredibly loud that we've already recorded, so we can't get too far off track. But then the audience is filming us with the iPhones, and they are the choir. So they film each other whenever they sing. So now the audience is, you see all these people with iPhones, and then when they sing, they start singing, and there's other iPhones and everything shooting them. And it just kind of got to be, you know, kind of like a bar, but there's nobody in the bar. It's a smoky bar, and it only has the choir and the band. And occasionally there's visitors, you know, like Stills and my wife Peggy, and people come in and sing a verse here and there, because it is an Americana thing, and we do Woody Guthrie things and different things like that. But so there's a guest thing. So then those people show up in the audience with iPhones, singing to us, singing with us, and then come on stage, and then the children are shooting them, and then they're singing, but there's nobody in it that's not shooting it or playing it. So it's an interesting idea that I might try to do, and it kind of goes against the grain, because it's really a performance video of something that's already been done, but it's being shot by the people who did it as they're doing it, kind of. But it's not real, because it's after the fact. It's social media -6 or something. I don't know. I don't know. That might work, might not.
Sounds awesome.
You mentioned earlier on about moments when you doubt yourself in the process. You're embarking on a new film and you have that moment of doubt. What is it that perhaps pulls you back and drives you forward?
No, because you have to, like he said, and like I believe, you have to trust your own enthusiasm. You have to think about it, but at the end of the day, the demon's either there or he isn't. And like he said, even if the demon made you make something that's a failure, you made it, and that therefore it's a success, right?
Yeah, but if you doubt what you're doing, then fuck it, don't do it. Why
Okay.
live with that?
Okay.
Why do something if you doubt it's what you should be doing? What do you want to do? How is the way that you want to do it? Is somebody telling you to do it a certain way that you don't want to, and you doubt this is the right way? Or do you just really doubt that it's worth making a film about? Doubt.
You never
No.
doubt it? You never doubt it?
Oh yeah, I doubt things, and as soon as I doubt them, I get the hell out of there. Just get out of there. That's a secret warning system. Abandoned movie.
Have the courage to go forward and find out, and then
Right.
you'll be proud of that.
Don't be afraid of failure. Just don't doubt. Doubt is not your friend. Doubt is not good, unless doubt is telling you, don't do it. I doubt if it's the right thing to do. But if you're doubting your ability to do something that you want to do, that's a bigger problem. And at that point, I'd say, embrace failure. Drop doubt, embrace failure, and go to what you want to do and believe in yourself.
My last one quick second word is I actually want to quote another great singer-songwriter who I've talked to about your stuff a lot, Steve Earle. And the last thing I'd like to say at Slamdance here today is to quote one of his songs and say, "Fuck the FCC, fuck the CIA, we're living in the motherfucking USA."
On behalf of everybody at Slamdance, and I mean filmmakers all over the world, really, I really want to thank you guys for coming to Slamdance.